Luke and Lewis on 1019 The Fox. Come on!
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. We have what is feeling like a really good show today, according to Radio Mike. That's what he said.
That is just what he said before we went in there. He goes, man, you guys should be really confident going into today's show.
Yeah.
And I was
feeling like a really good show, guys.
No, does that mean other Sundays when we come on and do this show, we should be feeling nervous coming into the show?
I must admit there's some Sundays where you guys are not prepared at all.
Mate,
This
that's
is not
every
one of them.
Sunday.
Every Sunday, man. And hey, man, why do you always go red when we bring you up on the radio? It's almost been a year. It's time to just step up and realise that you're part of the show, all right? Sometimes we may reference you.
But hey, I'm feeling good about today's show as well, Lewis.
Yeah.
I was going to say it, but Mike took the words right out of my mouth. Now, up next, it is a big show. For two reasons. Up next, I found a new passion on
We actually know what we're doing. That's pretty good.
I actually have found a new passion. I spent 3 hours doing this yesterday, and I want to get a crew together to do it with me. Also, someone in my local area has lost something very dear to them,
Yes.
and we're going to help them retrieve it. And Andy Lee is on the show, going to be talking about true story.
Yeah, it's a monumental show.
I'm feeling good about it.
So is Mike, so am I. It's all going to be good. It's Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke is in here, and he's gotten about 3 inches taller because
Yes.
you've put on your rollerblades.
Yes, I don't often get out the rollerblades, but you know what? I have kept them in my car for the last 6 months, and Lewis can attest to this. Sometimes he goes, hey, man, why do you have rollerblades in the car?
Still.
And I say, because I blade, man. But I don't actually do it
You
that much.
don't really blade
Well,
that
I want to.
much.
I've been meaning to for ages. I did for a bit, and then I guess, I was 7, and then I grew out of my
Everyone had a
original blades.
rollerblading phase when they were 7.
Yes, but I've since got some adult blades, which most people move on from.
Yeah.
I've gone back, and yesterday I rediscovered my love of blading through a mutual friend of ours, Lewis Frenchie.
Yes.
He's one of our good mates, and he hit me up saying, because we've been meaning to blade for about a year and a half now.
Well, he's
'cause-
bringing the blading trend back.
Yes,
Really.
he's trying to start a movement called make blading great again, and obviously it's going well. We're talking about it on the radio now, so it's going well. And yeah, we bladed for 3 hours yesterday. We bladed from Carlton to Federation Square,
and you're still
back.
not sick of it.
No way. And I thought I'd pull up sore as well. And I'm blading around the studio right now, and dude, I think I prefer it.
Well, I don't know if I prefer
more
you doing
efficient
it
than walking,
in
man.
the studio because our producer is following you around
The
with
only
a
problem is, though,
microphone
I
cable.
am now over the other side of the studio, and I can't slow down. I don't have brakes. I don't have brakes on the blades, so I
Well,
just have
yeah.
to keep. And also, I keep tripping over the microphone cord.
Yeah, I'm
But
not sure if
dude,
it's-
in the streets, there's no mics, man. It's just me and the blades.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know why you've brought it into the studio because our poor producer has to follow
Well,
you around and holding the
here's
cable
my
to
thing.
make sure you don't trip on
Here's
it.
my conundrum: is that I asked you yesterday if you want to come blading with Frenchie and I.
Yeah.
And he's from Sydney, right? So I don't have any Melbourne mates who blade.
Blading is a group activity.
It is. I'm not really blading alone, but I would. Like I was doing it around around the offices and the studios before the show. But I would prefer to have a crew with me.
Yeah, but unfortunately, man, I really want to join you on this blading escapade, but I have been looking everywhere for size 13 blades, and
Yeah.
they just don't make them. It's either size 1 for children or
Yes.
the most average size.
Yeah, which is me.
Yeah.
I've got average size feet. I think there's a size 12 blades.
Yeah.
So that you've just missed out here. But so this is why we're talking about is 131060. Do you want to join my blade crew? Are you in Melbourne? Do you want to blade with me? Because I got no friends to blade with at the moment. It's something I want
Finally,
to
you're
take
the one
up.
without friends. I'm so happy.
Yeah. Yes, you know what? Long shot, though. But do you rollerblade? Here's the criteria to the blade crew. You must have your own blades. Obviously, we're a blade crew. All right. You can't have... and you must hate skateboarding as well.
And
It's
these are
an inferior
rollerblades,
mode.
not cutlery.
Yes. And not roller skates either. So blades are like the ones where it's like the wheels are in a line.
Built for speed, not for dancing.
Exactly. And 131060, do you want to join my blade crew? You got to tell me why you want to join. I'm assuming there's I was about to say we're getting a lot of callers. No one's called yet. but
131060.
But I'm sure there'll be a lot of demand here, so you're gonna have to have a damn good reason.
Oh, there
why
you go.
wanna
There's
join.
one caller,
We
man.
got one call. Oh, they hung up.
They were just teasing us. So 131060, give us a call if you want to
You're
join
going to tell
Luke's
us why,
Blade
and you must have your own blades, and you must be ready to skate in the next week with me. Sorry, blade, not skate. And yeah, let's blade it up. Join my crew. We'll think of a crew name, and also you must have a blade name. My blade name is Ace of Blades. So
It's Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Give us a call on 131060 if you would like to join Luke Hidgel's Rollerblade Crew.
Yeah, I'm trying to start a Melbourne crew up. I don't have any friends here that rollerblade. I've recently discovered yesterday that I found a new passion of mine of rollerblading. I did it for 3 hours yesterday, didn't pull up sore, still feel good about it, and I would say I prefer it to walking.
Well, I'd say if you were walking for 3 hours, you'd be real sore.
I'd be tired, but man, when you're rolling down, we were rolling down Swanston Street.
Just efficient.
And there was like a few protests going. We rollerbladed through a men's rights activist group and then a feminist group protesting that protest. We just rollerbladed through
And
all the
did you,
police
like-
in
did
between.
you kind of-
I high-fived a police officer.
Did you please both sides and unite them a little bit for the
Yeah,
love
we were
of
just
rollerblades?
like, oh no, we're blades rights activists, so we were just trying to, we had our own motive, but we're just trying to bring blading back. Now this is of course with my friend Frenchie, who is a big rollerblading fanatic.
Yes.
He's pretty big on the Wollongong scene. He has his own crew up there, but so we don't get to blade together much.
the
so
Gong
I thought,
crew.
hey, let's start up a blading crew in Melbourne. Yasmin, you want to join my rollerblading crew?
Yes.
And
how long have you been blading for?
3 years and a bit.
wow, that's almost 2 years and 364 days more than me.
You got a lot of
got a
experience.
lot of
Yasmin.
experience.
What's your top speed?
I'm not sure, but really fast.
Mine's
Really
about 18 kilometres an hour.
We need to get the speed gun out and test.
Yeah,
Yasmin.
we got one of those Hot Wheels ones because I don't think we were going faster than 25.
And do you have what's like your code name to join the crew? We have here it was Speed Racer. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Speed
Right.
Racer. What do you reckon, Speed Racer?
Speed
Luke?
Race is
Should
good.
you join the crew?
My one's Ace of Blades, which is better. No offense. But I'm happy to take the crown of the coolest name in the crew. That doesn't bother me.
Okay, so you can be
I
the
feel
coolest
like-
name, and Yasmin can be the fastest because she's Speed Racer.
Well, I think. I'm better at names, but she's clearly better at rollerblading. So when we rock up to verse other crews, rival crews or something like that, Yasmin can impress them with a trick, and I'll be like, "What up? My name's Ace of Blades," and they'll be
That's
like,
all you
"Man,
need.
both of them mean business," and I
Yeah.
probably won't even have to blade.
Well, hey, congratulations, Yasmin. You're in the crew. Debbie, welcome to the show. You want to join Luke's blading crew?
Yes, please.
Hang on, I'm just blading
Please.
backwards.
All right. Well, we just need an interview. Luke, do you have any questions for Debbie?
Hey, Debbie, how long you been rollerblading for? What's your experience?
Oh, I'm showing my age. 25 years.
What? 25, and you're still blading?
Yep, and my rollerblades are 23 years old.
You were blading when
Wow.
I wasn't even on this earth. That is
Oh, great. Thank you
experience.
very much.
Hey, no, Debbie, that's great.
Do the wheels even spin if they're 23 years old?
Yes, they're K2.
Mate,
They're
you
excellent.
get a bit of WD-40 in there. Us bladers, man. If you look after your blades.
Hey, man, you've been blading for a day. Stop acting like an expert, all right?
Hey, man, you haven't bladed in your life, so what would you know? All right.
All right. Well, Debbie, I think you're in the crew. Do you have a code name in mind?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chocker Roller.
Chock-a-roller.
Chock and roller.
Great.
I like that.
Well, man, Debbie, you are literally, and let's not be immature here, but you are the master blader, all right? You are.
I didn't say the mother. Thank you. The master's much better.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
are. You're that's great. I know, and it's great to have you on the crew. Whereabouts do you usually blade?
I live in Glen Iris, so just...
So just around the local area. And do you blade to the shops, or are you a competitive blader?
Oh, no, just recreational.
Recreationally. So would you everyone to blade along the Yarra or
Yeah, sure.
where's the best blading place in Melbourne? Where would you recommend?
Start from Port Melbourne Yacht Club and then head to St Kilda.
She's got a whole map.
You know what, Steph. Hey, have you ever bladed through Federation Square?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Quite cobbly. Really hard to blade.
Also,
so-
lots of protests.
Yeah, we won't
Yeah, I was gonna-
start our headquarters there. But but hey, Debbie, great to have you on board. Would love to see you in my crew one day. And yeah, let's start a revolution in Melbourne. Make blading great again.
Do you have a name for the crew, Luke?
No, I don't.
So are you really that good at names?
But well, mate, it's early days, all right. What would you call us?
Early days, early blades.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke, you saw something amazing on the way in, did you?
On the way in, right near my house, I saw a sign on a post. Now, often when you see these signs for, it might be something for sale or starting a band or something like that. A popular ones are lost dog, lost cat. People will put a
Eat
picture
vegan
of
as
the
well,
cat.
you've
Yeah,
seen.
that is one from a while ago. Vegan protesters did try and graffiti our local area. Victoria for a bit. But usually they're lost cat or not lost cots. No, not many people misplace a cot. But yeah, so it's a lost cat or lost dog usually, and then there's a phone number, and it's like, if you've seen the dog, give them a call. Great public service that you can do if someone's lost their cat or dog.
Yeah.
What I saw on the way in, intrigued me a little. I saw a sign on a pole that said "Lost Snowboard."
Lost snowboard.
Now, this is the thing. I thought it should have said "Stolen Snowboard."
How do you
Because
lose something that's as tall as you?
I want to call the guy and just be like, mate, check your garage. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Well, it should be stolen snowboard because, there's no snow around here, so it's not like he was using it and then it rolled down the hill.
No.
He was like, "Oh, I've lost it."
That's
Where'd
the
it
thing.
go?
I live nowhere near the snow.
Yeah.
Like I probably 4-hour drive, 3-hour drive. I don't know. I've been to the snow once and I don't remember getting there.
Right. Well, I don't know.
That's not important to the story, but I'm just saying it's nowhere near snow. So we've actually, we decided to call the number.
Yeah.
Joe, this is your sign.
G'day, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, very well. So is this your sign that you've put up in the neighbourhood of Diamond Creek?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And how long
You
ago?
sound more like a surfer, mate, than a snowboarder.
How long ago did you lose your snowboard, Joe?
So I lost it not last Sunday, the Sunday before.
And how did you lose it, do you reckon?
Well, I was heading up to the snow. It was like a Sunday morning, about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we tucked the boards in the back of the car and in the back of the ute. We left the tailgate down when we drove off. So
Oh.
So it could be anywhere around.
yeah, pretty much around the house. So I just thought.
Wait. So you didn't realise until you got to the snow?
Nah, well, we stopped at a mate's place up in Whittlesea, and
So it could
I had
be
a look
anywhere
off, but-
between Diamond Creek and Whittlesea. That's about 20 kilometres, man.
yeah.
You must have put up heaps of signs then. How many signs you put up?
Well, I don't know. I just put the one. Like,
Wait. So there's only one sign.
there's two with the one set of lights. So the thing was, I just
Did you
Mate, you
park?
are lucky that someone happened to drive past your sign that happens to have a radio show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you drive past those set of lights with
Yeah,
the
well, so the thing is, I put it in the back of the ute just on its own, it wasn't in a bag or anything.
Yeah.
So I assumed that the first set of lights, it would have fallen out, when I took off.
It was on a hill, so the traffic
so-
lights are like if you accelerated up a hill, the snowboard would fall out the back.
But
Hold
here's
on.
the thing,
Yeah,
mate. If you went back to that place and it wasn't there, it's not there. So put a sign
Well,
somewhere else,
That's
right?
why I hope someone might have picked it up.
Yes,
okay.
he's hoping.
I did drive around for about 3 hours looking for it.
Well, I
Trying to
live
think.
really close to that set of traffic lights, so I haven't seen a snowboard yet.
Oh.
But I'll keep a lookout for you, Joe.
Cheers, man.
And,
Lewis,
hey guys, if anyone's seen a snowboard in 131060, give us a call around Diamond
if
City.
you've been snowboarding around Diamond Creek, or Eltham area in Melbourne, Victoria, let us know. 131060 if you can help. Describe the snowboard, Joe, because I don't think your sign's going to help. I feel like this could be a better platform to get the snowboard back.
Well, it's GNU. It's GNU.
Yes.
Is that
of
the
course.
brand?
Yeah, that's the brand.
And what colour is it?
It's like a mixture of colours. It looks like almost like mountains and stuff on it. It's like
So
orange.
it looks like the terrain of Diamond Creek.
Yeah, but it's like a cartoon sort of thing.
And is it
Camouflage snowboard.
is it friendly with strangers? Like if you call its
yeah,
name,
it
would it
won't
come
bite.
up to you?
What name does it respond to?
GNU. Have you been listening?
So people kind of go, GNU, will it come out?
Yeah.
Have you got a collar on it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, hey man. Hopefully, we'll find your snowboard and we'll let you know if we find it.
Hopefully it's friendly towards strangers. So yeah, 131060 if you've seen a snowboard. We'll get back to you, Joe, but maybe put up a few more signs. I wouldn't rely solely on this to find it. Yeah, but good luck to you and I hope to find it.
Good luck with GNU, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
It's Luke. I have a mystery going on at my warehouse that needs to be solved, and I'm bringing it to the team here to theorize.
I've just put on my... what do detectives wear?
I've come to the wrong person.
I've got my magnifying glass and creepy cloak.
Okay, good.
Ready to...
Detective or sex
investigate.
offender. I don't really know which one you are at the moment, but we'll find out. Now, there's a mystery going on at my warehouse, and What's happened, Luke? As you know, merchandise gets sent out from my warehouse, and what I do is I pack all of the DVDs and T-shirts that we sell. We put it in a tub, and then we take the tub to the delivery zone, so the delivery driver can pick up the tub, take all of the things out of the tub,
Yep.
and then put it in his van, and then leave the empty tubs for me to pick up the next day.
Yes.
Now, what's happened, Luke, is I had filled up the tubs, I put them in the delivery zone, and then I wasn't there the next day. I thought the delivery driver was just going to come, leave my empty tubs. I came
So
back.
you've left an unattended tub. That's your first mistake.
I
Just
know.
jotting that down now.
I know. Thanks, mate, detective. So what's happened is
Hang on, I'm just going to write it down. Unattended tub. Continue.
Yep. So what happened after that is I came back 2 days later
Yep.
and looked in the delivery zone. Here's where the mystery starts.
No, the mystery's already started at unattended tub.
Okay,
If you
all
look
right.
here on my notes.
Yeah, okay, that is on your notes. Sorry, I should be keeping notes. Hang on, where's a pen? I don't have a pen. Forgive me if I forget.
I got 2 pens,
Okay,
mate. That's
cool,
why I'm
thanks,
the
mate.
detective.
So hang on, let me just write unattended tubs.
Always come prepared to a
and the
case.
tubs. And then, so
Now,
so part one was unattended tubs.
Yeah, I've
part
already got
two-
that on my notes.
Well, part two of the mystery. I come back
Yep.
3 days later, no tubs.
All right, no tubs.
Yeah, no tubs.
And
That's
I'll
right,
write
Steve.
probably due to the left unattended.
No, see, that's what I thought. I thought, oh no, everything that I left out has been stolen, and the delivery driver has picked up nothing. Because if he picked it up, he would have left the tubs there.
I helped you bring the tubs out the other night to the delivery
You're
zone.
now a suspect.
And I
I'm jotting that down.
Yeah, I'll jot that down too. Luke, all right, me equals suspect. The problem is I actually did bring it up to you. I said, Lewis, are you not worried about someone stealing the tubs? And you go, no, it's all locked in a thing. I'm not worried about it. And I was like, oh, okay,
Well, who would
weird.
steal tubs full of T-shirts?
Maybe I did it to teach you a lesson.
Very true. I'll just jot that down.
Yeah.
Teach you a lesson. The thing is, though, I checked with my online system that the delivery driver came, picked up all of the items in the tub,
I'm going
and
to rule out me as a suspect.
yeah, so
Cross
it's
that
not
out there.
you. So this means either the delivery driver has taken my tubs, but is he going to bring them back, or has the warehouse owner seen the empty tubs and put them in his office for safekeeping?
I think he's taken you. I think not the delivery driver. I think the warehouse owner has taken your tubs, or you've misplaced your tubs.
No,
Maybe you need to put up a sign in your area.
I'll
Lost
write that down.
tubs.
I'll write that down in
If
another
found,
zone.
please call.
Just a tip for me to write down stuff.
Yes.
No, but here's the thing. I checked with the warehouse owner, and he hasn't put them
So
in his
there's two
office.
suspects.
Yeah, well, now there's only one because I checked with the
I
warehouse owner.
think we've all been in contact with the tubs. Mike, you were at Lewis's warehouse during the week. You have been in contact with these tubs. Is that correct? Yes or no?
I have been in contact with the tubs.
Yeah,
Radio
right, that's
Mike
correct. Radio
equals
Mike,
suspect.
And where were you at the time of the disappearance of the tubs?
Well, when was it?
It was actually you were in an escape room. I remember that.
Oh, was it
just
last night?
Just ruling Mike
All right,
out.
strong alibi. Do you have the receipt?
But how quickly did you escape that room?
I'm not sure. I thought maybe like an hour.
Are you sure he wasn't in prison from a prior crime and just called it an escape room and
That's
now he's
true.
actually on the run?
I'm putting Radio Mike as suspect number one.
I haven't touched the tubs.
That's exactly what a tub thief would say.
Do you have a way to find out?
Well, yes, because I had to leave out my last tub because I have 3.
Do you ever
He
see
took
the
2.
delivery man or the warehouse owner?
Yeah,
Who
I
do
see
you
them
see
both.
more?
I've seen the warehouse owner. It's not him. I see the delivery driver every now and then. I don't know him personally. So I think that he's taken my tubs. But that doesn't make sense because then he'll have a van full of empty tubs for a whole week.
He can't do any deliveries. Bad
Exactly.
for business. I'll write that down.
Guys, what I'm going to do is I've got a delivery coming in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if my tubs reappear. If they don't, there's no answer to the mystery.
Great.
I'll just have to buy more
And it
tubs.
just becomes a cold case.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. Probably not going to be solved.
Yeah. Luca Lewis on the Fox.
Lewis, when we're planning this show, I would say a wide range of ideas get
Do we
thrown
plan
out.
the show?
We do. You often just miss it.
Oh,
so the
really?
rest of us usually come in and plan the show.
Sorry, weren't you wearing rollerblades today?
Yeah, actually I was. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was, speeding around, getting a lot of things done
Yeah,
on my
so we
blades.
don't plan the show, but sometimes when we try to plan
But,
it,
when
what
we're
happens?
coming up ideas for the show, I would say lots of stuff gets thrown at the whiteboard, which we have, and maybe 20% of it will make it on
Yeah.
air. Because, lots of things just maybe aren't good enough for on air. Now, there's been an idea of mine that I've had floating around for months now that I haven't told you about.
Yes, I've heard of this idea existing. I've no
Yes.
idea what it is. I just kept being told to leave the room so you can discuss it. And I come back in, we're like, what are we doing, guys? Nothing, don't worry about it.
Yes,
Because
and
obviously it's not good enough.
it's been months now, and no, it's great. The
Okay.
problem is, though, we haven't been doing it because we've been waiting for the right time.
Okay.
Now, this isn't the time, but I am going to tell you the idea.
So we're not going to do this.
The time span that this idea could happen is now over the next 10 years, depending on how long our radio careers are.
So,
But I'm going to tell you the idea.
and it might happen within the next decade.
I can promise that it will happen within the next decade.
Do I need 10 years to get ready? Or
No. So I've been floating it by James, our producer,
Yeah.
Mike. I've floated it by my girlfriend, some of my mates, and everyone has gone, dude, this is incredible. You need to, hilarious.
Right. Well, what is it?
Okay. So the idea was that we come on air one day, and we're not doing it now, so I just want to clarify, but we come on air one day, and you think we're talking about something completely different, right? You think we're having a great chat about something.
Sounds like you're just ruining the surprise.
No. So you're going to be having a chat on air about something, you don't know what's coming, and then...
I'll try and forget that you've told me this.
And then I walk over,
Yeah.
and I kiss you on the mouth.
I don't know. See, if I can't sound too excited
Very
about
funny,
it,
though.
might ruin the dynamic we have going on.
But very funny because you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
It's completely out of the blue, and that's
Right.
how the idea was going to get out. No, the idea. Lewis is coming over towards me. The idea was that you've completely blindsided by my kiss, and then it throws the whole break, and it was just like, how does Lewis react to a bit of a kiss,
A surprise mate's kiss.
a surprise mate kiss? So
Well, are you telling me this now just because you need my consent within the next decade?
maybe no.
I consent.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you this now because
What?
now, for the next 10 years, you're going to be constantly on edge, not knowing when the kiss is coming. It could come tomorrow. It could come in 10 minutes. It could come in 10 years. But now, till whenever that day is, you would come in a little bit tense, a
Hey,
little bit on
James,
edge
just our
every
producer.
day.
Can you turn your mic on, man? James, are you there?
Hello.
Can you just get the number for HR for me, please?
Already checked. HR is in Sydney. So it's just us. And I'm going to say that, yeah, watch out, man. It's going to come. And when the day it comes, be ready, man.
Okay, hey man, I'm always ready. All right, I'm gonna start wearing lip balm.
He's nervous. Oh, make it strawberry. Can I put in a request?
No, you can't. All right, that's enough. It's Luke Lewis on the Fox. Joined by a very special guest, Andy Lee. Welcome to the show, mate. Thanks for coming in.
To be here, guys. I'm a big fan.
Oh, well, thank you. I'd love to return the... No, I'm kidding. No, it's a pleasure to have you here. Now, you've been doing a big press tour this week for 50% True Story and 50% Your Hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about. I'm sorry to come out of the gates like that, but...
I think I've heard more about your bum than your TV show, which
Yes.
I would view as an achievement. Are you proud?
It is disappointing because the show's meant to be the focus. And
I'm sorry for just completely making it straight about your bum.
But and for people tuning in, for hemorrhoid enthusiasts tuning in, bad news.
That's our market.
That's what I'm worried about. Bad news turned out to be an abscess.
Oh, we just lost half our listeners.
Exactly. So if you guys want me to leave or...
Yeah, that might be good. We were looking for a hemorrhoid man.
Yeah.
Not an abscess guy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. So not a hemi inside. Which is not a hashtag. It was an abscess, which is, I suppose equally as gross, but it's now easy for me to go, oh, how gross are hemorrhoids?
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
so bad.
Mike's had hemorrhoids, our button pusher.
Oh, that's so terrible.
I
Because
know.
all I had was an
he
abscess.
He said he had a hemi when he was 18.
He did.
Yeah.
I've actually heard Mike's story.
Yeah.
Radio Mike. Mike, are you allowed to put your microphone
tell
on?
everyone.
Sometimes out.
Why do you tell so many people about your bum?
No, I was telling
No,
Andy
he confided in me
confidence, yeah.
because
He was a sympathiser.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey man,"
And
good
now
on
he
you.
must have been so embarrassed that he revealed that. Turns out you didn't even have hemorrhoids, and now
Exactly.
you're hemi boy.
Hemi boy.
Well, the thing was with Mike's is it confronted him at a really tough time. It was a day before his 18th birthday.
Yeah.
And the party.
None of my friends know this, so I hope they're not listening.
Exactly.
They'll
so,
be listening,
like,
mate.
I'm obviously in my late 30s.
Yeah.
So I should say mid 30s. I'm in my mid 30s. I'm at a point where you go, okay, your body's about to fall apart anyway. You can talk about these things. But for Mike, 17-year-old, no, you got to keep that secret for a long, long time.
Well, he hasn't been because he's been telling everyone around the office, obviously.
It's declassified now, though. You're past the tease barrier. I mean, he's
that's
no longer
true.
at school.
That's true.
Yeah, where he was on a half scholarship for singing.
Yeah.
Now, with True Story, what's this week's episode about?
It's the next 2 eps are my favourite 2 eps.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just saying
Is that strategic?
as a strategic mid-season spike. No, this next week is about an overprotective dad. Stephen, on Tuesday night, if you've ever been worried about your girlfriend's dad, compare him to this guy. Because
I definitely have to watch that.
Yeah, yes. This guy is the scariest and most overprotective dad. It becomes life-threatening for Stephen, and it's worth a watch.
Oh, that's going to make
And
me
how
feel a
many
lot
years
better.
on is the story?
It is.
Is this a
30
story that...
years later?
Right,
he's
so it's
told
stuck
it.
with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In a big way.
And are they still together or no?
They are not still together.
But he remembers her dad.
He remembers her dad. He remembers her fondly. But what happened with a run-in with the dad? The other thing I should say is they live next door. His girlfriend lived next door to a maximum security prison. So the idea of sneaking her out, so he was big on, obviously, on site protection anyway, security for the house, because of the fact that the prison was next door.
Yeah.
So the idea of sneaking her out or trying to sneak into the house, as you do when you've got teenage love, that's a difficult conquest.
Hey,
That's true.
we've all been there.
Because you got free security just
That's
next
such a
door.
bummer I said that. My girlfriend's parents listen to the show. Regret that. But anyway, Lisa, Kelvin, what up?
Now, after the break, Andy. So obviously, it's you do the show with Hamish, but he wasn't able to come in today.
No.
So what we've done is we have organised Hamish on the phone.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we're going to give him a call, and
Fantastic.
after this, we're going to talk with both of you.
Yep.
So we'll do that soon.
Can't
After
wait.
this, it's Luke and Lewis on the Fox. We're still joined by Andy Lee.
Yes.
Thanks for staying with us.
It's a pleasure. I loved it.
And also, we have got a Hamish up on the line because we want to speak to Hamish and Andy.
Yes.
Hamish Blake is overseas at the moment in New York, but we thought that shouldn't stop us. Let's get a Hamish on the show.
Okay.
And hopefully you guys will
when
have
you
the
said
same
before
chemistry.
That you had Hamish and going to get Hamish up. I was like, gee, it's very early in the morning in New York. He must really love the show.
Yeah.
He likes it still.
Yeah.
But not that much.
He's just not getting up. So who have you got?
But, we put it out on our Instagram story earlier in the week to say, hey, is there a Hamish just around who can chat to us on the show?
Just anyone called Hamish.
About 3 Hamishes hit us up, and I guess this is one of them. Hamish, welcome to the show.
Hamish, nice to speak to you.
Oh,
This Hamish isn't very good at talking.
We don't quite have the chemistry that I do with the other guy.
Yeah, well, we didn't tell this Hamish that we would have the Andy. We just told him
I'm not
and
sure what
Andy.
he was told, but Hamish and Andy, it's great to have you both on the show.
It's the first time we've had Hamish and Andy on the
because
show.
Hamish,
We've only ever
Hamish
had one of
Blake
you.
has been on the show before.
Ando and I.
Yes, Ham. The old
Don't
pal.
call him his
Ando
nickname.
already. Very familiar. I like it.
So we thought we want to ask you guys just some questions, and I'm assuming because you're both huge parts of the Hamish and Andy enterprise, you're both going to have the answers.
Oh, no problem.
How do you best work with Andy, Hamish?
I mean, he is a bit of a struggle. I mean, just when he gets to work, I don't know. He just gets on my nerves so fast. It's just
Yeah, but what specifically? It's so far you've just started 3 sentences, Haim, and then you didn't quite get to the end of it. What specifically at work?
Ando, stop firing back. It's my turn to talk.
Yes,
all right?
yeah. Sorry, mate.
Just get a haircut, mate.
Wow, I didn't realize there was so much tension between you guys behind the
Can we
scenes.
even put
Are
this
we
out there?
live? No,
We
no,
are
no, we're
live.
not
Sorry, Haim, we are live. But yeah, I mean, that is one thing between Hamish and myself. He hates my locks. He doesn't like the length of it. And that's fair play, mate. How's Sonny, by the way?
Mate, better than you.
I don't think he knows who Sonny is.
That seemed like a low blow, Ham. Are you okay, bud?
I mean, if I was in a room with, I don't know, Hitler and Bin Laden, and I had 2 bullets, I would shoot Ando twice.
But I wasn't in the room. Do you want to have another crack at it?
Dude,
Include
why
me in the
is
room?
Hamish so aggressive?
All right,
We've caught Hamish on a bad day.
Start that joke.
All right.
No.
No, you had your shot at it. I think that might have been it.
What? Okay.
Ando, Take a joke, Ando. Come on, you have a crack.
What was your favourite part about filming the show? Either of you answer.
Go on, Ando. I've had enough talking.
Yeah, you want me to take
I
this one?
agree.
Look, my favourite part is getting to hang out with Haim.
He sounds like it's a lie.
I disagree.
Well, hey, you can't disagree with my favourite though. That's my opinion. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, fun to work with.
Yeah.
Always got my back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
And just bigs you up. Like
Yeah.
you feel very confident going into a creative and performing space
Yeah.
when you've got someone like Haim by your side. And Haim, tell everybody what we do just before we walk out.
Walk out, Ando. Whereabouts are we walking out?
Just on set of the show.
I mean, we all... we
Not outside the bar to fight.
kick-ons and everything.
Pardon?
Do some kick-ons, mate.
Yes, and I know exactly what that is, and I agree with him.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks for joining us, Hamish. We appreciate it. I'll let you get back to your holiday.
Mate, I'd love to come back on your show without Ando if that's a chance.
Hey, absolutely not. It's Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Make sure you catch True Story 8:40 p.m. Tuesday on Channel 9.
Nice stuff, guys.
Luke, we have a mystery at the office. The office building has a vendetta against all of the employees who wear Nikes, seemingly. Because
Yes.
every time you and me are in the office and we're wearing Nikes and we walk around on the carpet, if we touch one of the metal doors, we get a static shock. And it happens every single day, multiple times a day. But it doesn't happen when I'm wearing shoes that aren't Nikes.
Yeah, at first we just thought the building was attacking us and attacking everyone until we did a bit of research. And we have spoken to a friend of ours who has been working at the office for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
And he's narrowed it down to, he suggests that maybe, I think it's Nikes, because he goes, sometimes I wear my Adidas, my Asics, any other shoe brand, he doesn't get zapped. And we want to know, like, firstly, how is that happening? Like, why Nike? What are Nike putting in their shoes
Well, I've been
that
also-
creates static electricity more than other brands?
And also, it only happens
Because
here.
their shoes are complete fire. No, that doesn't make sense. Electricity.
You gave it a go.
Hey, thanks, man.
But yeah, it only happens in this building as well because I wear Nikes all the time, and I only ever get shocked here.
That's
so
true.
it must be not only is it the Nikes. What are the Nikes made of? What are the doors made of?
Sometimes I get zapped by the elevator button.
Yeah.
I'll scan my pass and they go beep, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
I know. I don't want to leave the office if I've been walking around
Sometimes
in Nikes.
I get
don't wanna-
paranoid about coming to work because I know that I have to go through 4 electric doors to get in the building, and I'm going to get zapped by all of them.
I know. Well, maybe it's not actually the shoes. Maybe it's just all of the higher ups installing.
Sometimes
secret
if
zaps
I've
to keep
been
us here.
sometimes I'll run in because I'm in a rush and I'm often late, and which creates a lot of electricity. It feels
Yeah.
like a cattle prod when I open the door.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's
so
no good.
We were talking for the show about what, zaps and stuff, and then I thought, I wonder if a zap has ever been broadcasted on radio. We've all been zapped, like a static electricity zap before. Sometimes it'll happen mainly on metal. Actually, only
But
on
the
metal.
thing is, Luke, I realized something about the static zaps that you feel and hear. I've only ever heard a zap that's been my zap that I've felt. Have you ever heard someone else's zap? Or
no,
maybe
I've seen
only
you go, ow. So maybe it's an internal zap.
Yeah, so I
Maybe
think
it sends an electric current to your ears that goes, ooh, zap.
yeah, but I've never heard your zap. I've never heard one of Mike's zap. So we need to find out, can you actually record a zap?
Yeah, can we? So up next, so let's go out in the song to the door at the foyer.
Yeah.
And we'll try and broadcast the first ever zap on radio. This is radio history. I mean, we haven't checked to see if it's been done. We assume no one else would want to broadcast a radio zap. But hey, you're listening to the wrong show if you didn't want to hear that. All right?
We're
the
doing it
very
after
first
this.
static electricity zap may be broadcasted next.
Potentially coming
Because
to
we
you.
still think it may be an internal zap that
But
you can only hear yourself.
Either way, you'll have the answer.
Either way, you guys will be like, ooh, zap.
Science coming up on Luke and Lewis. We did some science during that song, didn't we,
We
Luke?
did. Yes, I decided if I could finish a Mentos by the time we got back to air. And report, failed, still chewing.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Very
So that was the
unprofessional.
first experiment that we did, but the second
I just got way
experiment...
back in the studio, like we're on in 10 seconds, and I just put a Mentos in my mouth. And Yeah, great.
Well,
Continue.
I'm glad that you got that experiment out of the way, just one you decided to do yourself.
Yeah,
but,
man, I'm always taking on science.
the other experiment that me and Dr. Luke decided to do was we have been getting static shocks from the building the entire time we've working here,
Yeah.
but we only get them in Nike shoes.
Whenever we wear Nikes, we get zapped by the elevator door.
Yep.
The elevator button, the doorways.
Yep.
Pretty much the same spots every day, and I
Yeah.
almost can predict when a zap's coming. So, but we realized, man, how do we get people to understand
How
what
can
we
we
go through every
prove it?
single day, and how do we prove that we get zapped? So we set ourselves a challenge before the break. Can we broadcast the first ever static zap on
Yes.
radio?
And before we tried to get the zap, obviously we had to build up some static electricity, so we started rubbing our feet on the floor. We were walking around the office trying to build it up, and
Yep.
this is what happened.
All right, so we are in the foyer, scuffing our feet on the floor to build up some static electricity.
We've got a wide range of shoes here. James, our producer, and Luke are wearing Nikes. I'm wearing boots.
So two very wide range. We have two types of shoe between three of us, and I'll go in for the first zap, boys. Wish me luck.
Okay, good luck, mate. I
I'll
hope you make it
take
back
the
on time.
recording instrument with me. I'm touching the door in 3, 2. No zap.
No zap at all.
No zap at all.
Okay, it's my
Hang
turn.
on. I think I usually get a better zap from the other side.
Okay. I'm touching the elevator button in 3, 2. No zap.
We may have gone on radio then, promised a live zap, and
Producer James, could you please touch the door?
All right, touching the door in 3. Oh,
That's
slip
the
in.
elevator.
All right, 3, 2. No zap.
Right. Well, the experiment is inconclusive.
13, 10, 60. How do you get a zap? Now, at this stage, we were being a bit pessimistic. Maybe we can't force a zap.
Yeah.
You guys, everyone else went back to the studio. Everyone else bailed on the idea and the experiment, and you said inconclusive, and you walked back and just sat there on your phone.
Hey, it took me 30 seconds. That's enough experimenting for the
But,
day.
mate, I am a scientist, as you can tell,
Yeah.
and I stayed there for about another minute, and
Dr. Mentos.
guess what happened when you were gone? I got a zap.
Did you?
It wasn't a big zap.
Not
it
a big
was,
zap.
It didn't even hurt, really.
So, yeah,
It was more
because
of a
sometimes
little-
there's small zaps, sometimes there's big zaps.
Yeah.
So we were after a big one. But can you even hear it if it's small?
We've boosted the audio quite a lot, and this is the audio. So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. We did promise it.
Completely unedited, other than boosting the volume.
Yes, well,
A
'cause
lot.
otherwise you wouldn't be able to hear it through your car speakers or whatever.
Yeah.
So here is the first ever live broadcasted static
Oh.
zap. I couldn't even hear it.
Was that?
Wait.
Mike, can you play it again?
Can you play it again?
I've got an isolated version of
Oh,
it.
that would have been great the first time.
Here we go.
It's that little.
Okay, it is there. Oh, yeah. All right.
I've got it in slow-mo if you want
Oh,
that
yeah.
as well.
Play it
Yeah.
in slow-mo.
That was it. Did you hear it? Play it again in
thunderbolt.
slow mo. Play it again in slow mo. That's a zap, ladies and gentlemen.
You can even hear the buzz. It sounds like a thunderstorm.
Mate, it doesn't sound like a thunderstorm.
Ooh, it started raining in here.
So, not inconclusive, conclusive.
Hey, you
I'm
guys
not sure
are
what
welcome.
the experiment was, but we nailed it.
I think originally the experiment was can we do a zap, and then it was can we hear a zap, and
And-
then I gave up. But hey, guys, you're welcome for the science.
Hey, we did it, and don't ever let anyone tell you can't broadcast a zap on radio because we did it.
Luca Lewis on the Fox.
Lewis, I've been watching The Bachelor this year.
Oh,
it's
great.
my
More
favorite
Bachelor
TV
chat.
show. Hey, I think you're gonna like this Bachelor chat.
Okay, all right. You do say that every week.
I do, and every week I'm proven wrong. But
Yeah.
this week is the one. No,
Okay.
you might like it, you might not. I'm not sure if I even like it yet, to be honest.
Okay.
Obviously, The Bachelor this year is Nick Cummins, the Honey Badger.
Is he?
He's a famous Wallabies rugby player.
Yep.
And
I'll take your word for it.
I would say he's my second favourite Bachelor so far. Still
Okay.
doesn't beat the original Tim Robards from season 1, but strong contender for second.
Right.
Almost up to Sam Wood level stats. So that's a little fun fact for you
Hey, man.
Bachelor
Can you
fans
just
out
tell
there.
me what this is about?
Hey man, I'll get to it once I go through my top 4 Bachelors of all time. Next we have Matty J, followed by Richie, and then of course Blake the Flake coming in
That
hard
was way
last.
more than 4.
There's been the 4th season, I think, this one. So
Okay, right.
Or was it the 5th? Hey, not sure. Lewis, the point isn't that. All right, move on, man. Stop staying on it.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Lewis, Nick Cummins came out on the show, and this was messaged to me by heaps of listeners of our show. They said,
Yep.
Did you hear what Nick Cummins said? And I hadn't watched the episode at this point. I watched the episode and I was shocked. This is, listen out to what Nick says at the end of this. He shocked me with a reference to a particular biscuit that we despise on this show.
Am probably the most innocent and graceful of the women. She shoots him right in the left nut.
It's gone off the grass,
That's nut biscuit.
right on the Jats cracker, folded me over, so it wasn't a good start for me.
Right in the Jats cracker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he
See,
referenced
I always
Jats.
thought that Jats tasted like something strange.
Yeah. Well, this is what I want to discuss with you. A few people are concerned listeners of the show. Obviously, now to recap for people who are new, there is a long-going feud on our show. We've divided a nation, but with Savoys and Jats.
Yes.
Now,
Jats are the hated enemy. We are official Savoy boys. They're the official Bicky of the show.
Yes.
We've even been sent 100 boxes of Savoys by Arnott's themselves.
yes, and we thank Renee, their PR representative, every day as we chow through that. Now, obviously, Savoys are only sold in Victoria and Tasmania, we found out. Jats are everywhere else around Australia. It's divided a nation, and a few concerned listeners of the show sent me this bit of audio and said, hey, Luke, is Nick Cummins a Jats rat? Should we boycott The Bachelor now? And I thought, hey, great call, great precaution. I love your attitude. But I also want to discuss with you, Lewis. I didn't want to just call a boycott on The Bachelor. I think it's actually an anti-Jats statement. He said right in the Jats cracker, and he likened it to a testicle. And I think that's an appropriate way
I think
to
it is a
describe
negative
Jats.
way to describe it. I think
It's a ball sack of a biggie.
potentially the real issue here isn't whether or not Nick Cummins is a Savoy boy or a Jats rat. I think the real issue here is that Nick Cummins needs a left nut transplant.
Yeah.
We've got to get a Savoy in there. It's Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke, we've got some breaking news about a story we covered earlier in the show. It's massive news.
Yes, we've been following the story of the missing snowboard Gnu, where earlier in the show, I found a sign near my house on a pole that said, lost snowboard. If found, please call this number.
Yeah.
We didn't find the snowboard, but I thought, hey, we have a platform here on radio. Maybe we could help Joe, this guy, out.
Yeah.
So we called Joe earlier in the show just to get him to describe the snowboard.
We found out that, because you don't live in the snow.
No, we live nowhere near the snow.
It'd be wild to find a snowboard
Yes.
in your area.
We found-
So he only put up one sign, though.
Yeah, we found out. Yeah, there was only one strategically placed sign in my area, which I happened to see. He was lucky.
Normally you'd put up like 40 signs,
Yeah,
but
he
just
was,
one.
He was lucky. We found out that the snowboard goes by Gnu. That's the brand of the snowboard. It's mountain range coloured,
Yeah,
which is
so
a
it's
little
camouflaged.
confusing depending on what region you're in of the world. There's different shades of mountain range. You know, he didn't state if it was a desert mountain range, Himalayan.
I don't
no
think
idea.
you'd be. I mean, desert would be good because then it would stand out from the snow.
It would. But that's all the information we have now. We're being told Joe's back on the line. We have an update. Joe, what's happened?
G'day, boys. Yeah, how's it going?
Joe, the line's a bit bad. Where are you at the moment?
I'm actually driving back from the snow.
So what's happened?
So I've actually got a call back.
Oh, really? From the one poster?
I'm assuming either that or from you boys helping me out. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Did they have you board?
Yeah, so they found me board. They reckon it was just on the road between my house and this set of lights.
really?
So
yeah,
pretty much exactly what you thought it would be.
pretty much.
So you really did just need one
So it was
poster.
it was a really strategically placed sign where so it was on that road.
Well, yeah, he said he just picked it up. He nearly drove over it. And just sitting in the middle of the road, yeah, about 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's incredible. Well, then, obviously, Gnu's friendly with strangers. He didn't buy it or anything.
Yeah, that's it. No, apparently not. No.
Well, that's great news. Have you just and now you're going to go home? So obviously you went up to the snow. You probably missed Gnu while you were there.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it must have been. But it's always great when a pet snowboard finds its family. And hey, I'm really happy
to.
for you, man.
I would claim it. I claim that we'd happy to help, but I really think it was just your strategic poster.
Well, it wasn't
man. I
us
don't
because
think-
we didn't give out your phone number on air, and we had
that's
no
true.
luck. So
Yeah, I mean, if you like, we could put your phone number out on air, mate.
yeah. But let us know if you... Actually, you know what? Don't let us know, mate. I drive past that set of traffic lights every single day. So if you ever lose anything else, your car keys, wallet, just chuck it on the sign, man, and I'll help you out.
Will do.
Thanks for joining us, Joe. We have a bit of an issue with our producer, Luke. What's happened last time we did a show is our producer, James, he's very concerned with us being efficient. He always wants us to work hard for some reason.
He loves productivity. And one thing that he thought that was ruining productivity a couple of weeks ago was when Ebony, who also helps produce our show, she came in with a new hair style.
She went from brown to blonde.
It was quite like, she dyed her hair from brunette to blonde, which we would say is quite a dramatic change. Most
Massive
people would
change.
argue that is worth commenting on.
Yes, and that's exactly what we did. As soon as Ebony walked in, we said, "Oh, blonde hair, awesome." I said it. You said
commented on it except James, and we asked him on the show why he didn't comment on it, and this is what he said.
It's just such a waste of valuable time to be talking about other people's appearances.
I knew you would come in with some weird management reason as for why you hadn't said. I said that when you were out of the studio.
It's like, mate, have you ever thought of just pushing productivity aside and being a nice person?
Yeah, what's the end result? You get nothing out of that.
So James is a fun guy.
Yeah.
As you can tell from
he
that
always
audio.
pushes things aside for productivity that are just weird. He always excludes things. But here's the thing, Luke. The tables have turned because today, James, our producer, has walked in and he has a new hairstyle.
He does.
And all of us have decided and worked together not to comment on it.
We united when he left the room and said, no one comment on the new hairstyle.
So we're going to get our producer in. He hasn't heard any of this.
He's coming in
and
now.
We're
He
going to
doesn't
see
know
what he
what
thinks.
we're talking about.
Come on in, James. Welcome to the show.
This is the second time this has happened in a month.
Yes. Now, James, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Have you noticed today that we've been much more productive?
I honestly, I have, and I was going to bring it.
This is interesting.
I was going to bring this up in the show meeting today. After the show, you've been a little bit more distracted than normal, and you have been bouncing off the walls a bit.
Yeah.
But you've put out a really good
I've been
show.
blanding off the walls.
Yeah,
I've been on rollerblades.
Blading on the floor.
For a large period of the show. If you didn't tune into the first hour, I was rollerblading.
yeah, I thought it was a productive show. You got some stuff done. I was proud of that.
But particularly in the show planning, you thought productivity, more efficient.
Okay, this was surprising. Normally, to plan a show, it takes about an hour and a half.
Yes.
Today, it only took around about 30 minutes, which was stunning.
I think I know why, James. You've walked in today with a new haircut, and we chose not to mention it for productivity.
Because as we all know, it's a waste of time.
I mean, you said it yourself, mate, didn't you?
It's just such a waste of valuable time to be talking about other people's appearances.
I knew you would come in with some weird management reason as to why you hadn't said it. So there you go.
But
you're welcome.
But the proof's in the pudding. It was a very productive show.
So wait, so you're happy about this then?
No, it isn't, mate, because we could be talking about something much better on air right now, and we're wasting time talking about your hair again. So we could have done this before the show and proven that maybe it would have been more efficient.
Were you disappointed when we didn't mention your haircut?
No, because now it's on air.
Hey, I'll be honest. I didn't notice.
Oh, come on. Like, this is probably the best haircut I've had all year.
It looks good.
Thank you.
But I didn't want to say anything because, again,
Would have been a waste of time.
decreases productivity and efficiency. And I wouldn't want that.
So you're welcome, mate.
Can we just leave it at that? Like, we don't need to talk about it anymore?
All right, yeah.
He
Anything
loves
less will be a
this.
waste
He
of
loves
time.
this attention to his hair. Where'd you get the haircut?
Urban Man Richmond.
All right, I didn't say plug them. All right, don't read out their phone number.
Darcy was the man who was looking
all right,
after
that's
me.
enough. I'm going to a song. This is wasting time.
Now
It's
he's going
Luke
to get
Lewis
free
on the Fox.
haircuts.
Oh, no, wait,
Let's
it's the end of the
end the show
show.
here.
All right. Hey, see, we got distracted by your haircut.
Hey.
James was right all along.
Hey,
We've
Lewis,
been really distracted.
before we end the show, I want to tell you, I've got Zach.
You always start a sentence right when we're about to end the
I'm
show.
going to finish it.
Okay, quick.
It's one sentence. Lewis, I got a tap zap.
The tab's out.
Yeah, I got zapped by the tap.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, so I wasn't recording, but I got a tap zap.
That's insane.
I went to fill my water bottle, metal tap, boom, zap.
Well, someone's called in and said that it's not actually the shoes, it's actually thigh friction.
That retains. Oh, so the Nikes just retain the zap.
Yeah, but anyway, I told you should have started
Anyway,
this
James,
sentence.
your hair
We've got to
looks
stop talking
great,
about it.
all right?
Nice hair, James. Luke and Lewis, most efficient show on The Fox.
Luke and Lewis on 1019 The Fox.